here on Thursday, May 12th. Man, it's going to be a great day in the Eagles Nest. I'm excited about that. It is going to be an awesome morning announcements as well. We've got a couple things that we are going to talk about this morning and a couple of exciting announcements as well. And it will pick back up on our study of finishing the race. So for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I want you to stay locked in on morning announcements so that we can make sure that we are receiving everything we can this morning and getting our day started off well. So before we go through a couple of announcements, I have a couple of special guests this morning with me that want to provide a riddle for you to try to solve. Okay, so we've done questions in the chat box before, but today we're going to do it live on morning announcements. So teachers, if you want to get ready on the chat box, I'm excited for you on that. But I got a third grader. I actually got two third graders with me. They are 19 school days away from being in fourth grade. So they're still in third grade right now, but they are going to do a quick riddle for you. And it's your turn to guess in the chat box. So let me pull the chat box up. And I'm excited for our first scholar. This is Cadence. He's going to read loudly his riddle, and then it's your chance to guess it in the chat box. All right, Cadence, let's do this.
Can you guess my planet? One fact is that scientists think there's water on the planet. Another fact is that the planet has volcanoes on it. Finally, NASA is sending a newly launched spacecraft to the planet. Try and solve my riddle.
All right. So Cadence is wanting you to solve his riddle this morning. NASA just sent a spacecraft to this planet. There's water on this planet. I like that, right? Scientists think that there's water on this planet. So in the chat box, what do we think his planet could be? So he's already narrowed it down, so you know that it's a planet. Miss Adams and Miss Boone are already on it. I already see Miss Self, Miss Morgan, Miss Kelly put one in there. Miss Starr, it's Mars all the way around. Cadence, is the correct answer Mars?
And happy birthday, Miss Kelly.
Happy birthday, Miss Kelly. That's not the answer to the riddle, but the answer to the riddle is Mars. But happy birthday, Miss Kelly is the second part of that riddle. Awesome job this morning. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. All right, switch out. Let's bring our other third grader on. So that was one riddle this morning. Good stuff. We learned a little bit about Mars. Our third graders are learning about planets in their classrooms. All right, here we go. Another thing. There he is without further introduction. All right, so Aaron Byron, another third grade scholar, is going to read his riddle this morning, and I want you to try to solve it in the chat box. All right, Aaron, you ready?
Yes.
He's ready. All right, here we go.
Can you guess my planet? First, my planet is a gas giant. It has rings. Second, it has thick orange and white clouds. Lastly, it has over 60 known moons. Do you know what my planet is?
Yes. Ooh, look at what everybody's saying. I think you threw him off. You threw him off. He got you. He said this morning he was going to try to trick you with the rings. Now, there's more than just one planet with rings on it, right? So it's not Saturn. But I did see some people up top saying Jupiter. So Jupiter is the correct answer. There's a lot of answers in there. So I don't know who said. I see Miss Miller said Jupiter. Miss Kelly said Jupiter. Great job this morning. If you chose Jupiter, Miss Winley said Jupiter. Guess what? That is correct. Yep. Awesome job. Hey, let's give them a round of applause this morning for being on morning announcements. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys. All right. So with that being said, let's get started with our morning announcements this morning and get into our lesson today. So first things first, we want to make sure that we are following the Fairview 5 and all that we do. So that means that we are actively listening to the speaker, keeping our hands and feet to ourselves. We're cleaning up our area. We're being kind to others with our words and actions, and we are doing our best. So this morning, we want to make sure that we're following our Fairview 5. Take a moment to look at the Fairview 5 and see which one of those that you are going to focus on this morning so that we can continue to be great. Awesome. So we want to make sure that we're not only following the Fairview 5, but we are doing the Fairview 5 actionable things every single day. So I've got a kindergartner that I want to shout out this morning. So this kindergarten scholar in Miss Self's class came up to me yesterday and said, Mr. Hagee, do you like coffee? I said, I do like coffee. He said, I'm going to bring you a coffee. And I thought to myself, what a nice thing to do. I don't need him to bring me a coffee, but I really appreciated him doing that. My guy this morning brought me an iced latte. In a can. That is what I'm talking about. Kingston, you are the man. That is what I'm talking about. But that's being kind to others with your words and your actions. He didn't have to do that this morning. And I appreciate him doing that this morning, being kind and making sure that he was uplifting others. And in this case, it was me. So Kingston, man, you got my day started off really well. So shout out to you this morning. And so there's 4 other Fairview Fives that I want to make sure that we're following each and every day. And we're doing great things with that. So today, we've got about a high of 76. It's going to be a little cloudy outside today, but we should be able to play in our recess zones, make it happen today. I am excited about that. So make sure that you are following the Fairview Five during recess as well. Our last day of tutoring is today for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade scholars. Hard to believe that tutoring is coming to an end. So if you are in tutoring and you're in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, today is the last day for that. Also, cell phones, make sure that you're putting those up. You've been doing great with that, scholars. Continue to do that. And then our testing begins very, very soon. Our 2nd grade, 1st grade, and kindergartners are well on their way to get started, and they're already starting on some of those testing. So we want to make sure we're cheering them on as they are ending out their year. 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, you're coming soon. Another announcement for you, scholars. This morning at 9:45, Mr. Hagee here, that's me, is going to come on the announcements, and I'm going to ask you to line up outside of your rooms, just like we do for Scholars of the Week. But instead of Scholars of the Week, Kearns Academy, which is a high school right up the street, about 5 minutes from here in High Point, they have some graduating seniors that are going to be graduating very, very soon. And so those high schoolers are going to come through Fairview this morning, and they are going to walk the hallways just like we do on Friday for Scholars of the Week. So they're going to walk downstairs, go up the stairs, and walk upstairs. And some music will be playing. And so from about 9:45 to 9:50, I just want you to stand outside the classroom and cheer them on, because that is an excellent thing that they did. Maybe one day you're going to graduate from Kearns Academy. You're going to be walking back through the Eagles Nest. So I'm excited about that. So scholars, I wanted to remind you that that is happening today at 9:45. So I'm excited about that this morning and looking forward to that. Hey, 19 school days left. Are you going to become a Scholar of the Week? That's what we're looking at. That starts to, or picks back up tomorrow. So let's make sure we're doing that. And an exciting announcement here. Take a look at this. Fairview Elementary presents The Masked Singer. Oh, no, The Masked Teacher. So starting tomorrow, I got a special guest on morning announcements with me. You know him well. I know him well. It's going to be fantastic. He's going to be on announcements with me tomorrow, and myself and Mr. B are going to be leading through morning announcements, but we have a challenge for you, and it's called The Masked Teacher. Mr. B is going to talk to you all about it tomorrow, but it's going to be a fun way for you to try to guess which one of our teachers and staff members is singing in the background. It's going to be fun. If you've never seen the show, it's okay. It's exactly what it says it is. It's going to be somebody wearing a mask. You got to guess who's singing, but it's going to be somebody on staff. So I'm excited about that. Mr. B, I'll talk to you a little bit about that tomorrow. Let's see if you can guess the teacher behind the mask as a class. So looking forward to that tomorrow. Hey, we've been talking about finishing the race. Finishing the race. Guys, we're almost there. 19 school days left. So if we're running a marathon, we are almost at the finish line, right? So yesterday, we talked about making sure that we're taking a breath and speaking it. Today, we're going to talk about reflecting and fixing your stride. So we talked about this thing called the wall. And when you hit the wall, if you're running a marathon around mile 20, a mile 21, your body and your brain begins to shut down a little bit. You're like, man, I can't do this. This is just too much. The fatigue is hitting in. My muscles are getting tired. My legs are definitely tired by now. I'm exhausted. And your mind begins telling you that you can't do this. So you've got to train your brain to get over that wall. Well, it's the same thing with us, right? For the last 19, 20 days of school, we want to make sure that we're not hitting that wall, right? It's going to be there. We're tired, right? All of us are tired. Your teachers, staff, you guys as scholars, but we have 19 days left to make sure that we are staying motivated to finish strong. So one of the ways that we're doing that is to pace our breathing, right? A lot of the times if we're freaking out about something, our heart rate's going, and we're like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this. You got to take a deep breath, right? And the second thing is believing that you can do it. That's half the battle, right? Because I may control my breathing, but if I'm not confident in my abilities, well, that's not a good thing. So I'm going to control my breathing, calm myself down, and say, hey, look, I've been coming to school for over 150 school days. I've got over 1,000 hours here at Fairview this year. I'm fine. I can finish strong. I've already done 150. What is 19 more school days? Well, today, I want you just to reflect on that. Think about all of the great things that you have already accomplished this year. You walked through the doors of the Eagles Nest back in August, scholars. August, that was a long time ago. It's already almost the middle of May. So think about all the great things that you've accomplished since August, right? And I want you to be motivated by that. And I also want you to be motivated by how close you are to the finish line. So I'll tell you this, and the reason I wanted to use reflecting today to be motivated as we close out on morning announcements, be motivated on how close you are to the finish line. So whether you're in kindergarten or fifth grade or pre-K, whatever grade you're in, I want you to be motivated by the seniors that are at Kearns Academy that are coming by today. You know, when I was sitting in a second grade classroom, I felt like it was yesterday that I was doing that, and I blinked and then I was graduating high school. It'll be here before you know it. So be motivated by what you've done, but also take a moment, scholars, to think about and to say, you know what, I'm going to embrace everything about today and make today an awesome day so that we can enjoy every single moment that we have together, and especially here in the Eagles Nest. So be motivated by seeing some of those seniors today that are 16, 17, 18 years old that are graduating from Kearns Academy. That's going to be you one day, and I'm excited about that. So be motivated by them and be motivated by how close you are to the finish line. 19 more days left until we finish out. And as we finish out morning announcements, be as a reminder what eagles do. All other birds find shelter during the rain, right? But not an eagle. An eagle goes straight into the rain cloud. They soar above with the wind, with their wings. They spread their wings. They soar above the clouds and they fly high above the clouds. So whether it's sunny out or whether it's raining out, eagles are still flying. So we're going to do the same thing today and every day in the Eagles Nest. I hope you have a fantastic Thursday. Looking forward to seeing you in the hallways around 9:45 when Kearns Academy comes through. Remember to be great because you are great. Have an excellent day following the Fairview 5 and finishing strong. Have an awesome Thursday.